Hey, welcome to the Daily Gospel of John. Glad you're watching. Going to look at verse 33 in John 8 this morning. They answered him, "We are Abraham's descendants and have never been slaves of anyone. How can you say that we shall be set free?" They answered him. Who is this they? Well, he was just speaking specifically here now to those in the crowd who had put their faith in him. He gave them next steps in that relationship. And yet the they that were responding to him now were the same they that had butted in numerous times as he was preaching to the crowd already. And that they would be this mafia-type spiritual leader group of the Pharisees and Sadducees. They were very antagonistic and kept on, somewhat like hecklers. Jesus is preaching to the crowd in the temple courts and they're challenging him from the sidelines. And often then he responds to them and goes back to his preaching to the crowd. So the they here is not referring to the people who had just received his message about the truth setting you free. But these guys think it's all about them, so they're going to respond. They answered him, "We are Abraham's descendants and have never been slaves of anyone." Wait a minute. Wait. Jewish history, BC, was full of times of slavery. In fact, they were currently under the Romans' thumb, not as slaves, but they were certainly oppressed. They certainly were not free. They were being taxed heavily. Prior to that, the Greeks, and go back further, the Babylonians, they were slaves in Babylon. And of course, in Egypt, they were slaves. So to say that in their history, we have never been slaves, well, that's a blatant lie. But they're so furious with him and what they're hearing, it doesn't matter that whether what they're saying is true or not. They're gonna attack and slander and twist things because they're in charge and they don't like him. And we see that in our world today. We see that in the world today, and sometimes in the media. And if they don't like somebody's worldview, they're gonna rip them to shreds. They're gonna twist and distort truth when they're offensive. But when you bring it down to us, I mean, we have some of these tendencies ourselves. Sometimes it's a loving thing, as Jesus often did, to rebuke or to kind of get in someone's face a little and face them with the truth that sometimes is painful, but we really need to hear. Often it's a sign of love. There's a proverb that says, "He who rebukes a man will in the end find more favor than one who flatters with the tongue." In our culture of, it's all good, you could be bumbling along in the darkness toward a big cliff, and there'll be people in this world, "Oh, it's all good, dude. I don't want to offend, you know." But sometimes it's a sign of love when someone is like, "Hey, what are you thinking? Where are you headed? Do you realize what you're doing?" It's like going through the day and not knowing you have something stuck on your face. A friend will tell you, "Hey, dude, you've got some nasty piece of food on your face. You need to get it off." People that don't give a rip about you, they won't say anything. They'll just kind of like, "What's this? Does he know how stupid that looks?" So we can look at that rebuke from someone and step back and say, well, maybe this is a sign that they care, even if it's a little painful, and not go right on the offensive and attack. I've done that before. We all have our sensitive spots, certain styles of relating, certain character flaws that are just nasty and destructive. But the proverb also says, "He who listens to a life-giving rebuke will be at home among the wise." Well, I hope that I'll be at home among the wise. I hope that my first response won't be that natural human response. When I hear something that's a little bit, the natural human response is to go back at them. I hope that won't be mine or yours. Well, have a blessed day, and thank you for watching.